This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. This is Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events, and I am so happy to introduce you to Heather Ray, who I just happened to meet not too long ago. In fact, at the Waco Block Party, we were listening to some good bands. The Battle of the Bands was going on, and you were handing out these wonderful little cards, telling me about Traveling Troubadours and a podcast you do, and lo and behold, we do podcasts at the same place here at Rogue Media Network. And I love talking to fellow podcasters about, what all you're dealing with. And you're really heavy into the music scene. So
Yes, I'm really excited. So Traveling Troubadours is bringing back sort of a radio style content format. So these are artists that I'm going to introduce, play full songs, and then tell you stories behind the songs about the artists, kind of give you a little bit of a taste. And then it actually coincides with a live show of the same name, Traveling Troubadours, that I've just kicked off at Texas Music Cafe at their new location.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah.
They have moved from Washington?
They have. Chris and his whole team have been working so hard to build out this gorgeous studio. And it's still kind of hard to find a little bit. It's on 6th Street between Austin and Franklin.
Okay.
And there's a Vintage Mio record store that popped up, and it's right next door. And it doesn't look like much on the outside, but when you go inside, it is gorgeous with impeccable sound. And it's just a wonderful listening room type venue, which is something we don't have here in Waco. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when I hear about another new place for musicians locally to perform, it just makes my heart happy.
Yeah, not everyone wants to be in a bar atmosphere.
Right.
They want to actually hear the songs, the words, the lyrics. They really want to connect with the artists. And that's what I'm trying to bring to Waco with my show. I'm bringing in some really celebrated songwriters and musicians and in this intimate venue. And I'm really excited. It's going to be every second Saturday. And kicking off this Saturday. So that's why I was at the block party.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. It's been so much fun. All this kind of spun up quickly, and it was really fun sharing this out at the block party on different podcasts. I was on Channel 10 last week as well. Yeah. So really hoping that people come out and support the artists because we really want to, bring really high quality live music to Waco in a different kind of atmosphere.
Well, now you've got things planned all the way through October.
I do.
So, awesome lineup. I immediately picked out Union Revival. I've known the Consulmans for a long time. And so, I thought, oh man, she's going to have some great people. But tomorrow night, it is in the evening, correct?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. It's in the evening. Doors open at 7.
Okay.
I am also a songwriter and musician, so I'll be warming up the audience.
Oh, good. You're going to perform.
Yes, playing a couple songs.
Wonderful.
And probably a song with Jessie Leger.
And so tell me about Jessie Leger and Bosco Stomp.
Yes. So Jessie is
Love the names.
He has a lot of different bands that he works with. In my podcast episode on Traveling Troubadours Tuesday that came out, I shared some of his songs, some of his bands, some of his history and his stories. But he is an award-winning Cajun accordionist and vocalist from Southwest Louisiana. He's from Gaydon, Louisiana, but he currently lives in Austin. And so his band that he plays with in Austin is Bosco Stomp. And they play at the Sagebrush and all over, and they bring this huge crowd of dancers, and there's the lady who makes gumbo, and it's like
all that's going to be happening tomorrow?
Well, we won't. Might have dancers.
Maybe not the gumbo.
Maybe not the gumbo this time. Yes. However, Cajun Craft is giving 15% off dinner for ticket holders to the show. So if you want to plan a Cajun night,
go ahead and eat your Cajun food.
Exactly. Get your discount. Yeah. Come and see the show.
In my case, I'd have to eat a few times, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go listen to some great Cajun music. This is wonderful. Yeah. So he's your first artist for Traveling Troubadours Live with Heather Ray. But the 13th, you got the Jessie Lee Band.
So Jessie Lee, she is phenomenal. Her father is David Lee. He's a Nashville award-winning, Grammy Award-nominated songwriter who's written hit songs for a lot of artists.
Really?
She also went to Nashville for a bit, but now she's out on the road touring with her band, and she does like 160 shows a year. And this girl is driven.
Did you get her?
I just reached out. I did a songwriter
awesome.
set with David Lee.
Uh-huh.
He does this Wednesday night songwriter thing in Spring, Texas, I think. And so I was there a year or so ago. And then when I saw he started helping promote his daughter, and I listened to her, and I was like, oh, she's amazing. And then that was kind of in the back of my head when I was thinking, who are the songwriters that I can bring that I really love and that I want to help celebrate? And so she was one of the first that I called, and she's delighted. She can't.
Man,
So that's going to be a fantastic show.
In May, we got Chad Boyd.
Yes, Chad Boyd, another hill country songwriter. His voice is phenomenal. He's a veteran. He's just, his lyrics are really hard-hitting, gorgeous. He writes beautiful songs, and he's just a really good guy. We actually did a show together but before as well. So so another person that I was like, oh, you're one of my favorite people. Let's get you to come to Waco. So,
yeah. And he says, yeah, just tell me when.
Yeah.
Tina and Walt Wilkins then will be coming up in June.
Yes, and now I think a lot of people know Walt Wilkins. He is he's written over 100 hit songs that other artists have covered. He's went to Baylor. So he's got roots here in Waco.
Sure, yeah.
But they're in the hill country now, and he and his wife, they don't normally, it's kind of rare to have them play as a duo together because usually he's played with his bands before. And she also is an acclaimed, gorgeous singer. She's did a stint in LA doing, in Nashville doing sessions.
Really?
And so to have them together in this intimate environment is going to be really special.
Pretty special. And then my friends, the Union Revival, are in July.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to have them together to play. I had met Aaron and chatted with him. I haven't had the chance to meet Amanda yet, but I'm really excited. And I think that's going to be a big draw for local folks that know them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I heard her dad is a singer too. So I mean, he does a great Willie Nelson impersonation.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Great musical family for sure. August 10th, the Outlaw Firm.
Yes, the Outlaw Firm. This is a group of songwriters from the Hill Country from Fredericksburg that came together and just released their first album. And they're all really acclaimed in their own right. But the three of them together have created this really unique, rich sound, great storytellers. One of the artists is also a prolific author, and he writes really amazing historic Western books. So it's just going to be really fun. That's something that we might have a connection with a local artist from Baylor to do an opener for them. So it might be something. We'll see. As we get closer, we're going to flesh that out.
You've got a little bit of room to plan for that. September is Rich Del Grosso and Grant Dermody.
Yes. Rich is someone I've known for a very long time. He's one of the most amazing blues mandolin players. He's out of Houston, and Grant Dermody is an amazing blues harmonica player and artist, and he's out of Louisiana. They play together. So Rich is actually sort of retiring, but I twisted his arm because we've done shows together in the past, and he's just phenomenal. He is a big man, a big force. Like, this is a show that, like, blues, anyone who loves the blues, traditional blues, please come out to that because you will not be disappointed.
And then wrapping up the season October 12th, Chris
Beal, yeah.
Beal.
Yep. And he is one of the artists. He's also a songwriter. He's came here most recently to the Hippodrome with the South Austin Moonlighters. They did a show a few weeks back. So he is, again, just an amazing artist and songwriter. And, my goal is to bring a lot of different genres from country and blues and Cajun.
Sounds like, lots of different variety.
Yeah.
And what you're doing.
But it's once a month. And it's also like a chance for you to really hear the songs and celebrate the actual lyrics and the stories behind the music.
I really like that. I want to talk a little bit, though, about you. First, tell me about Dottie.
Dottie is my best partner in crime. She is my sweet rescue pup. She's a Pointer Jack Russell mix. And
oh, goodness. That's
she's
a lot of energy.
Love. Yeah.
Well, matches your energy, I think, because you're pretty energetic.
Some days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she is my love. I've had her for over 6 years, and we've traveled in an RV all over the country for 2.5 years, and she loves people. She's very social and very sweet. So
yeah, I understand you did really kind of still doing it, and that's a different podcast called Flipping Dreams. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so that podcast came out of COVID, and it was my response to kind of put something positive out there.
Yeah.
And so I interviewed people who had flipped their dreams, flipped their lives, like took huge risks.
Really pivoted,
yeah, professionally or personally.
Yeah.
And now they're living their best lives, and to be able to share those stories with other people to help people get unstuck. And so that kind of continued 2 seasons. Then I put it down while I was flipping my own dreams and writing books and doing things. And then when I moved here to Waco, I thought, well, let me reach out to this Rogue Media Network and see if I should pick it up for season 3. And they did pick it up.
Yeah. So you're back with it. But I understand really your coming to Waco was a little bit happenstance.
Yeah. I was in an RV and going across country where I would do a loop every year with Dottie. And we were in Iowa and found out that my roof had blown off. And I found this out because I woke up in the middle of a rainstorm in
Getting wet.
2 inches of water in my stateroom, and it was a water feature I didn't plan on. It was not.
No.
So,
no, that's not that kind of flipping. You
yeah,
know, flip and have that.
Yeah, and I had to come somewhere where it wouldn't rain for 8 weeks till I could get it fixed, and I was like, Waco.
Any other reason for Waco?
Well, so my dad is from here.
Okay.
I've got deep roots. Like, I'm 9th generation from Scotland on my dad's side, and he and his family mostly were in Waco and Whitney area. We actually have a park named after my family, McCowan Valley Park.
Okay.
But near Lake Whitney.
Near Lake Whitney, okay.
And so he doesn't live. I grew up in the Northwest because that's where he moved to from here. But always felt a strong tie
Just
here.
Kind of a draw.
And I've always loved Texas, and I didn't want to be in a city. I really like that Waco's still a 15-minute town, and so
it is. It truly is. And I love talking to people who have come to Waco recently. You know, just from such different backgrounds, different things that draw you here. I mean, it's so fascinating to me how many people are coming.
Yeah, and I think that for me, I can speak to, but I feel like this is similar for a lot of folks that have come in here. It's that the Waco still has this entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
And it's not just Chip and Joanna. And there are a lot of people coming in here, sprouting up businesses, doing things. And it's really an exciting time, you know, to be, I feel like kind of a pioneer with what I'm doing at Texas Music Cafe.
Yes.
And just, you know, being able to connect. And I'm a big connector and networker, so I like to try to connect people and help everyone, lift everyone up and support everyone and support local. So it's something that, like, when I was traveling every year in my RV, I would always stop in Waco to hang out here, go to Milo to eat, go, you know, and so now that I live here, it's really special.
Yeah. So you've bought a house. I mean, you really
I did.
Settled.
Yep. I sold the RV, bought a house. I'm in a brick and mortar.
You're here.
Yeah.
And we are thrilled. We are so happy. And Traveling Troubadours, again, these drop on Tuesdays every week.
Yep, the podcast on Tuesdays. You can listen to the artists. If you like what you hear, then come to the live show.
Yeah, because you are going to play their music on the podcast.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a radio. Like
a radio show.
Tuning into WWOZ where you're like, okay, I'm going to play this song, and here's the artist, and here's the, you know, and you can get a real sense of what it's like and the story behind the artist. And then I'll be doing an interview with the artist live before the show every month. So then I'll also air that as well. So.
Well, you are just amazing to me. Heather Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And,
thank you so much, Ann.
Do make plans the second Saturday of the month.
Yes.
At Texas Music Cafe on 6th Street.
Yes.
Easy to find. Parking, okay?
Parking on the street, and I believe the Waco ISD parking lot is open. I think
it's close to the administration building. Yeah.
And then also I think the parking lot across the street is probably available because it's at night.
Right.
It's right now. Even though it's called a cafe, there's no food and no drinks.
Okay.
Bring your own.
Have your dinner beforehand.
Go to Cajun Craft this weekend.
Yes,
have your Cajun
especially
date night.
Cajun food.
Yeah, and then come bring your own, whatever you want, whatever beverage you want to have, and sit back and enjoy a really great show.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And thank you for being with us for Central Texas Events. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder is part of the Rogue Media family. Be sure to check out our other shows at roguemedianetwork.com. Please rate this show 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Join us again soon for more Central Texas Life with Ann Harder. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.